Hi guys, thanks again for joining me. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne, and in this video, I'm going to be giving a general love reading focusing on divine partners, which includes soulmates, twin flames, karmic connections, and anybody that you are connected to on a spiritual level. I invite you to stay tuned and watch. I'm sure there's a message here for you that's not from me, but from the divine. That's how spiritual energy works. Okay, so now that we're at the end of October, Halloween is almost approaching us. Mercury retrograde is almost approaching us, actually on the same day, October 31st. And it's a mystical time because it's magical. A lot of people get really excited. I know I do. My birthday is tomorrow, so it's all in this general area. Plus my son's birthday is on the 1st, so it's like, just everything about this time of the year. It's like a celebration for me, inside myself, and just the people around who I love. But this is also a time where we have to just focus on ourselves, especially during Mercury retrograde. We talked about this before. I talked about this last week. Don't let it get you down. A lot of people get really, really worked up that something negative is going to happen or something is going to go haywire. Even if it does, you can overcome it. And it's sometimes a test of faith. Maybe Mercury retrograde is just here to test us, to see how far are we going to go and how we can get out of it. I found many ways to get out of it. And, like I talked about before, going back to the old projects, sometimes we need to finish up something. Maybe we need to continue something. It's all about what we need to do to completion. It's all about what we need to do to keep ourselves intact. Now that we're in like the right smack middle of autumn, the energy is like really, really like intense right now because we're feeling a lot of the effects of autumn, and many of you are feeling it of spring. So I love when there's middle seasons, because as soon as we get into the middle season, we feel it. We get all worked up. The energy gets higher, So I hope you have, like plans made for this coming week, if you're celebrating Halloween or if you're just doing stuff, outdoorsy, because, November is a real fun month. I love November. It's all about gratitude. It's all about love. So we're all going to be going into this like transition all throughout, this coming week. Lots of stuff going on. Okay. The first card that I pulled for the Divine Masculine, love heals fear. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people to be less afraid. Okay. As you can see, the unicorns cards here, this is the unicorn, is overcoming the fear. Fear-based energy can happen all the time, guys. And you know what? When you allow it to dominate you, when you allow it to overwhelm you, what happens? You end up feeling like defeated and worried, and you become weakened, and that's where Divine Masculine needs to stand up, needs to get past all of this. This is why fear is a big trigger. Fear is a big trigger with triggering things off from the past, like ego, like anger, like feelings of regret, feelings of sorrow, feelings of sadness. The list goes on. Fear can do so much, but when it comes to love, it's kind of like the opposite. Love and fear, it's like, or hate. I know that's another one, but fear here is something that really triggers off on a lot of us, and it overwhelms us, and it changes you. Actually, it changes you. So what you're getting is like a lot of energy coming through that you're afraid. And, Divine Masculine is afraid. Divine Masculine has been afraid. That's why we see a lot of running with the Divine Masculine. We see a lot of hiding. We see a lot of Divine Masculine putting out this narcissistic energy behavior that we just cannot tolerate. I know I can't tolerate that type of energy, and I know you can't. So what do? We have to give in to what love is telling us. Love is telling us to be more like ourselves. Dig deep. When I say dig deep, I know I use that word a lot. I mean dig deep. Sometimes the harsh exterior can be covered up with all of this stuff, we work up. You could be a complete different person, transformed, when you use love. Yeah, I've seen people who have been like totally bitter, totally negative. But when it comes to love, they're totally the opposite. Azurite, deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you are willing to devote time and energy toward therapeutic care. Yeah, very important message here, guys. And I see my light. Let's just concentrate on the artwork, looking at it, how beautiful it is. Just a lot of colors, crystals. It's a crystal card. Deep emotional healing and love heals fear. Two good cards to go together, as we could see here without that ring light. I can't see them, but I hope you guys can. You know, when it comes to this fear and when it comes to healing, a lot of stuff can come to the surface that you may not be proud of. You may be crying, you may be feeling hurt, you may be feeling sorrow, what you did or what someone else did to you, you know, and that's where fear is a big culprit here. Thinking up things, working your mind up into things can also trigger stuff. And I'm not talking about, you know, stuff that just happened last week. I'm talking about deep emotional stuff that maybe you never completely healed from it. Yeah, as you could see, you've never completely healed. You've never completely let go of it. You've never completely came to terms with it. That's what the divine masculine is telling you. It's time to let go. And the divine masculine is feeling it. Your divine masculine is feeling it. Your energy is feeling it. And you need to work with it if it's coming from you or from your partner's divine masculine. Divine masculine, understand, guys, it's inside of you. It's inside of me. It's inside of you, him, her. Everybody has it. Okay. Male and female have both divine masculine and divine feminine. I'm just clearing that up. I get a lot of questions about it. Sometimes we lean more towards one side and then to the other side. So it's all what resonates with you. This is right now the divine masculine side. And it's time to just allow what is there to be released. However you have to release it. Maybe a good cry. Maybe a good just go somewhere and just do a good workout. Just release it. Let it go. Meditate over it. Do something to allow yourself to heal, because healing is beginning. This is a key word, guys. Healing. Healing. And another thing, forgive. Divine masculine is forgiving. Learning how to forgive. Something inside of them is not being brought out in the surface, and that's a big factor here. It's time to let go of anger or blame. Now that's a message. These cards, as you could see, the cards that I've been laying out, forgive, deep emotional healing. Is there something inside of you that you're not really looking at? Or is it something that you're just holding on to, you know, because you just want to feel secure? See, that's where the divine masculine, maybe that person that you're involved with is still holding on to something, and you, because you see that, you're automatically holding on to that. It's time to let it go. Clearing negativity. Smoky quartz. I love that card. Beautiful card. I'm going to read a message to you in a second. I just love to show these cards out, how beautiful this card is. Colorful. And I love smoky quartz. Very, very, very beautiful stone. Crystal. Release negativity from within or around you. Okay, 4 cards, all right? 4 cards that, you know, I just brought out here randomly, and they came up as I shuffled, what I laid out. All are saying the same thing, okay? They're not going against with one another, okay? As you can see, it's amazing how forgive, clearing negativity, and release negativity. You know, 2 cards right here. These were on top like this. I'll just do it like this. And you know what? When we release the negativity, it's kind of like we're releasing that old baggage. You know, the bag full of stones behind us. And when we do that, it feels like a weight has been lifted. You know, did you ever feel like that? Like when you let go of something and you're like, oh, I could take a breather. Well, guess what? That's what your energy is feeling like. That's what you've been holding on to. You've been holding on to that stuff. And you know what? That's where the divine masculine wants to let it go. It's time to understand it, realize that you have this situation, and just release it. Because that person that you're involved with, that you're with, I mean, let's say maybe if you're with that person, doesn't get you and you don't get them because you're holding on to something. You might have that shield or that mask up that you don't realize you have that causes them to have it. So I'm not saying to be vulnerable and let it all hang and let yourself just, give them everything that you're feeling inside, because emotionally you have to protect yourself. Yes, I agree. But for yourself, love heals fear. This is all about working on yourself, guys. In order for a good relationship to happen, to manifest a relationship, I should say, to come together. If you're with that person, or if you're apart from that person, or if you're looking for that person, you need to first love the person that's inside. Yeah, you need to love yourself. Like we say, I love you to other people. We love other people. We love things. We love our pups. Do you really love yourself? Or do you look at yourself and say, yeah, there I go again. Oh, there I go again. Oh, I'm doing it again. Though that negative talk, your higher self hears it and it feels bad. That's where fear comes in, because the protective mechanism that you have that protects you, that shield of armor that says, nobody's going to tell me nothing because I know I love myself, has been brought down. And you know what happens? The people around you see it. They feel it. We sense energy from each other. We don't have to call ourselves psychic, but it is like a psychic ability that we all feel. Empathic. I'm empathic. I'm very empathic. I'm very sensitive. I feel things like too strong. I feel the energy of my pups all the time. They tell me everything what they're feeling, and sometimes it bothers me really bad. And that's why I'm saying with everybody has their own level of empathic energy that they can feel. So you may be feeling something from your partner, and you know what? You might be saying, I don't like what I'm feeling, and you end up feeling even worse inside because they're feeling worse because they feel what you're going through. It's all like circulating, if that makes sense. It's like I'm getting something from them, but I'm giving something back. So whatever you give, you're going to get back. So if you turn the tables around a little bit, I know I'm describing with my hands. I don't know how to describe it the best way. If I had a chart, maybe I should have just wrote it down. I think I'm going to start doing that. I've seen some people do that before. Maybe we'll think about it. We'll do it. I'll surprise you guys. But anyways, focusing on what you give is exactly what you're going to give back, what you're going to get back. You've heard karma. We try to keep our karma clean as possible. I know I'm always, giving back when I find something, and I feel guilty if I don't. Something you find, hey, was this yours? If it's a $20 bill, everybody's going to say, yeah, that was mine. Who's to tell it's not? But at least you knew that maybe that person needed that $20. Maybe that person needed that. Maybe you could have used it. Yeah, it's nice to find $20. It's lucky. And we say, when I find a penny, I'm like really excited. It's all about giving that energy back. Or that person might just say, nope, not mine. And then guess what? You're finders keepers. So guess what? That's something that's a reward to you. Seriously. When you give back, you get back. You get back more in return, because it's more of a bigger blessing, because you knew you were going to give that back. You were going to sacrifice when you could have kept it and not tell anybody. I always say honesty is the best policy, and even if you're, you get tempted, like maybe I'll just keep it, or I'll just hold on to it and see if somebody is looking for it. I'll look around me. It's up to you. But I always like to be honest, and if you get too much change back when you're at a register, that's why I use credit cards, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, just in case it's happened many times in the past to me, and I'm sure to you too. But this is the thing. You need to find what works for you, whatever that is. If something is telling you, I need to, give to my partner a little bit more love, a little bit more caring, a little bit more kindness, even though they don't deserve it or they don't need it from me because they've done enough to me, at least you know that you did it. Be the bigger person. Sometimes maybe you put the initiative call or phone text or whatever, however you do it. They should call me. They should text me. Why aren't they getting in touch with me? Maybe they think the same way. People on the other side they're not mind readers. And you're not a mind reader. And I'm not a mind reader. Nobody's a mind reader. It would be so cool if we can, I think, what is that person thinking? I wish I could. I'm not going to say I don't come even close. I can hear messages and I feel, yes, but I can't hear the actual mind thinking. I don't know. Maybe it's an ability I'll try my best to to enhance whatever. Anyways, you got what I'm saying, guys. You can do it. You can do it. You can just focus on what you're feeling inside you, that I need to be the better person, or I need to be the bigger person, and show them. Because then, you know what? Tables can turn, and you could actually make them feel, wow, that person truly loves me, or that person really cares. It's contagious. Doing a good deed or positive energy exchange gives back one. Divine feminines, changes are happening. We see it. We see it. And every time we see it, we get excited. Yeah, leaves are changing. You know, I hope you're getting out there and seeing the beautiful colors of the leaves. I know I am. Before the storms come later on, and like all the wind goes all over the place and blows them all on the ground, and we have to use our wind blower, wake them up. Anyways, the changes that you're going through are positive. Oh, I love that. The changes that you're going through are positive. Positive. There. Get that positive energy. Get that positive reflection inside yourself. You know, as Mercury retrograde comes in, you know, it's going to be in Scorpio. I'm not going to say that it's a good time for anyone or a bad time for anyone, but I can tell you this: when it's in Scorpio, and if your sun sign or any of your astrological signs are in Scorpio, there might be some emotions brought out. Use them to your highest good. You know, watch a good movie. You know, use them to places where, you know, you're using the emotional energy to laugh or feel good, because emotions is emotional. It's not necessarily emotional as in crying. And don't allow self-doubt, insecurity overwhelm you, like this card with the divine masculine. Love heals fear. Don't let the fear dominate you. Don't let the fear. Citrine, unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. And I strongly advise on this. The guides, you know, whatever you're getting, the messages you're getting from this card, it's beautiful. Let God take over. Let God bring, you know, the light inside of you. Feel good about it. And I'm not bringing religion into this, and I never talk about religion, but you know, when a card is talking about God, and I'm a strong believer, as many of you are, it's wonderful. So it's good to allow God to, you know, come into your life and guide you, if you're not already doing that. But in this time, it's unnecessary to worry. So we're seeing changes. I'm seeing this pattern. You know, I focused on, you know, what we need to know, and especially now with the coming of, you know, the end of the year and the new beginnings of the new year. I mean, let's face it, guys, it's hardly any months in this year. I mean, 2. I love it though. I don't mind. I love when we take on to a new chapter of our new calendar. Rip it open. 2020. Love the name of that. 2020. I just think that's so inspiring, the twos. And that's why it's good to just, you know, focus on getting excited. Holiday season, and you know, all of these things that happen. I know a lot of people cringe. They don't want to hear about holidays. They don't want to hear about, you know, these things from whatever went on throughout the whole year. And as many of you know, I went through my share of challenges. And you know what? I'm not going to say, oh, this was a bad year. Challenging, but at the same time, it helped me to grow. And, you know, some of the things I did not expect, and I wasn't hoping for it, but it you know, it had to happen, and it's part of nature. You know, I'm not going to go into it, as many of you know, adjusting to, you know, everything, just adjusting to it. It's not easy, but we find out why we get through it. And you know what? I know that there's better things coming up for you and for me, because it's happening. It's starting one step at a time. You know, this is what we're seeing here. One step at a time. This beautiful unicorn. I love rainbows. I love rainbows. I love looking at this card. It's one of my favorite cards of this unicorn deck that I have. I just get inspired when I see a rainbow. You know what a rainbow represents? And I know you probably do. A rainbow represents, after all of the storms, a rainbow appears. You know, we see that, you know, over water sometimes, and we just see a rainbow, but it doesn't last. It's just like, you know, God telling us, you know, it's going to be better. Things are going to get better. Just, this is your reward. Just embrace it. As this card says, lots of little steps make big dreams come true. Beautiful, beautiful card. You know, I like to look at cards and I meditate over them. I meditate over them because when I meditate, I just get like a vision. And, you know, sometimes people will pop up in my head and, you know, I'm like going to go up to them and say, listen, I got a message for you and it's something you need to hear. This is what I do all the time with my family, my friends, my clients, just people I know on, you know, social media. I will reach out to them because they come in my mind. I'll dream of them sometimes. You know, it's like how we're so connected and how the internet connects us. It's one step at a time with the divine feminines, but with also the divine masculines are going through these shifts, these changes all together. Turquoise, spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. See that, guys? Oh, that's beautiful too. I love turquoise. One of my favorite colors, greenish blue. And it represents a lot to do with the heart chakra. So, and the throat chakra, kind of like combined in a sense. Spiritual path. So one step at a time to find your path. Divine feminines have been going through this and they've been being led to something new, to something exciting, but though sometimes it's not where they want to be. And that's where, you know, we can get conflicted because we end up making the wrong decision. And like I said before, no wrong or right decision, you know, it is your decision. Sometimes it has to be the way it is. Sometimes we can't have everything beautiful and positive, which I wish we were in a world like that. The negative sometimes has to be there, or it is there. I don't say it has to be, it is there. Because without the positive, we have to have the negative. It's a certain balance, you know, like that's why there's always two sides of everything when it comes to political, religions, health. You know, like there's two sides of the coin, two sides of the story. We don't know why they're like this. You know, like a lot of us, you know, are extremely into our health. You know, we eat right, we do all the good things to our bodies, exercise and stay away from bad foods and everything. But then there's a part of us that still thinks about maybe those things that we ate before and the lack of exercise. We can just relax and just take it easy. And, you know, times are great when they're like that. You know, I was having a discussion, yes, just really quick with my husband about my old self, my new self. And you know what? I came to a decision. Wow, I've changed so much over the last 10 years. It's just, it wasn't something that I expected, but it just, you know, I don't eat the same. I don't have the same mentality because I changed my overall pattern with eating. And that's Kisses, by the way. I think she wants to say hi. Right, Kissy? This is my 13-year-old Westie. Well, she's going to be 13 on the 3rd. She's a Scorpio puppy. Yeah, that's a good girl. Just wanted to say hi. So like I was saying, you know, like the changes with everything. Your bodies are changing. Your life is changing. Everything that's changing. It's a time to, you know, smile and get, this is where all my cards are, by the way. See, that's how I learned to read through them. If you guys can see them, I don't want them to fall, but you know, it's like, whoops. Okay, just have to show you guys. It's just too hard to fix the lighting. Okay, I'm getting interrupted and I'm not talking about what we were saying before. But anyways, the changes of life, the changes that we're going through. I'm not here to debate that everybody should be doing what I'm doing, okay? Or you should change your life. Totally. No, it comes in layers. Many years ago, I was a different person, you know, and I talk about myself because I'm here and I'm the one that gives the example, you know, of myself. I did smoke. I did, you know, I occasionally drank. I never was a drinker, but I did. And you know what? I really didn't take care of my health. I thought I did. Oh, I ate some vegetables. I exercised maybe every couple months. I walked a lot. I was always active. But I thought up to myself, because I'm eating the vegetables, but I used to eat a lot of dairies. Well, nothing wrong with dairy, but for me now it bothers me. I can't eat dairy. Lots of carbs, lots of things that I don't do now. I look totally different. Not that I'm saying that it's a cosmetic thing for me, but looking at me, and yeah, that's 10, 15, 20 years, whatever. Well, I'll say 10 years, you know, 15 tops, that, you know, I've overall changed so much. And it's not because I did it because I want to look good. Yeah, that's a perk. No, I wanted to feel good because I didn't feel good inside. I was sluggish. I was just, you know, so overwhelmed with things. And I have to be honest. I was, like a nervous wreck all the time. I did not have it together as much as I do today, and I'm working on myself to get even better. My point is, you can always do better for yourself. We can always do better for ourselves. I'm always like striving. I'm going to be better. 2020 is going to be better for me. Yeah, I'm going to be turning 50 years old. Seriously. And I'm excited because it's a new number, 50. I love it. I love it. My mother tells me, don't tell anybody you're 50. Stay in the 40s. I said, why? Because it's something that's a perk. I love to be, 50s. I think it's so cool. I embrace it. I'm not saying that I want to be younger. Yeah, we all do, but I'm embracing it because I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better than I did when I was 40. And actually, 35 is when I felt really sluggish, because when 40, I started getting more into my health and general eating and eating more healthier compared to what I was doing before. So my point is not because I'm talking about myself, but I give the example because what you do today is one day at a time. Divine Feminines is starting to get it. But there's a part of them that is still blocked, and that's ego sometimes, that can block you. Whatever you're doing right now, it's all about making yourself the best that you can be. The best. Not my best, not that person's best, not his or her best, the best that you can be. When you look at yourself, you want to look at yourself with love. You want to look at yourself with, oh my gosh, I love myself. Because I do that all the time. And that's why, I look like this cheerleader to everybody. Everybody's like, why do you got it so together? Oh, your life is just so perfect. No, far from it. If you guys know me on social media, I post everything and I show everything, and I make the littlest thing. I try to make a positive out of it, and I try to be an example out of it. And you know what? I can learn a lot from you as well. Give me your positive, give me your joy. You know what? I love your positive comments. I love when, everybody comes to me and we wish each other good morning or a happy day or, just something with love and light. I could do it 20 times a day to the same person, and I just love it. I enjoy it because it's just circulating. And you know what? Nobody is more superior. We all learn from each other. We're all like just embracing one another. Like we're all hanging out, holding hands. Yeah. Like this cat. I got this shirt in France, as you could see. Not in Paris, South of France. My husband bought it for me. But like you see these beautiful cats. It's all about expressing, exploring, and embracing. Yeah, the 3 E's. Oh, I didn't realize that. Something good to make like a meme, one of those little posts on Instagram. Maybe I might. Anyways, it's something that's coming through. I feel a message here. And, like I said before, they're not coming from me. They're coming from the divine. Messages that come through, take them. Write them down. I always do. And when I do write them down, I find that they benefit me, but they'll also benefit my husband sometimes, or my mom, or my sister, or my daughter, and it's like this message was not for me. It was for someone else. I do this all the time. You can do it too. Just write it down. When you see the message, I'm not saying pull out some cards and read for yourself. If you can, if you want, that's good too. But I like when they come random. Yeah, they come up random. And a lot of times when we watch certain TV shows, they relate to us. We kind of like say like that's a reflection of us. Or you may go into something like more fantasy, like I do. And it just takes you away from everything. And you get a message from it. It's just like, it's incredible how the universe just sends us these messages. Okay. So anyways, I hope that this reading resonated with you. There was a lot of messages. I didn't understand some of them, but then they came through and I understood them. I understood them a lot better. So I hope that you can take what resonates with you and just leave what doesn't. So basically that's the rule when getting these readings. Just don't worry if you're not resonating with it. Maybe there's a message for someone else, or maybe you write it down. Like however it comes to you. It's very powerful, and I find it's beautiful. I find it's very magical. Okay, so I hope you guys have your plans made for Halloween. Got some costumes if you're going to go out. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I'm like debating. I didn't get my costume or anything. When I do it, we just we dress up. I go to my mom's house. we drive around. We go, like, there's some places that have like Halloween contests or whatever, which is not too often. We usually miss them all the time. But anyways, we just have fun if it's not too cold, of course. So I hope you can do the same thing. If you're not doing that, maybe just stay home and maybe eat some candy. I have to say that used to be my really favorite thing. I just don't eat sugar anymore, but I can take the sugar free. I love that. That's that special one. I forgot the name of it. Anyways, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna end up going get a box of candy. So, I just want to say thank you to all of you who have been reaching out to me and wishing me the beautiful birthday wishes, and like a lot of you who sent me like cards and stuff. It's like really, really, really touching. It really is. I love you guys. You're my friends, my family. And it's just I'm just excited when I get like when you go on Facebook and you got like, well, I got like 5,000, almost 5,000 like friends on Facebook, and it's like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, and I go through all of them, and it's like it'll take me a while, and I'll respond back, like a like, or hearts or emojis or whatever. I will spend time because I just love it. I just love it. I love just having that. It's like a big thrill to me. Okay, so I know I'm rambling. I know I'm going on. I love talking to you guys. I love you guys, and you know what? I'm hoping one day I can meet you guys in person. It's one of those things that when I'm here, I'm like, I wish I can be like with you guys, and we could just share our stories, and we do, I guess, on social media. I talk to a lot of you on Instagram, and if you find me on Instagram, if we're following each other, drop me a line, tell me you're watching me, and just say hi. I'd love to say hi. So anyways, until next time. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to say, if you guys want, if any of you are interested in a personalized reading, I do offer them. Their phone chat and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area. I'm losing my words again because I'm just talking and talking. I'm excited. That's what happens when you get excited. It's my birthday weekend, and we've got a lot of good plans. So I will post everything on social media like I always do, hoping everything works out. So I have some plans, hoping that it goes all through. Like I have, pups and everything. So I have to make sure. I have to get some confirmations before I can do anything, if that makes sense. Okay. Anyways, God bless you all. Peace to you all. Namaste.